share it out.
Hi, everybody.
New Earth is a community that started as a Facebook group and has grown to become an online interactive platform for those seeking to uplift, empower, and co-create with one another. On top of uplifting and inspiring posts, we began to connect with our members on a more deeper level. We now regularly host what we call Unity Circles and live stream them on our YouTube channel. Each circle is hosted by a member who wishes to share their knowledge and gifts out to the world in hopes that they can make a difference in the lives of others. You can find these circles inside the New Earth AC Divine Ray store and on our YouTube channel. Please take whatever resonates and let the rest fall away. New Earth AC is always on the lookout for new Unity Circle hosts. If you have special gifts and know that what you have could uplift, empower, and inspire others, if you want to make a difference in the world, why not host an online Unity Circle with us? We always live stream the circles onto the New Earth YouTube channel and promote our hosts to the world. If you think you have something to give, let Bonnie Bird, David Starr, and Robin Nicole know personally, or email us at newearthac1111@gmail.com, and we will place you onto the calendar and bring you onto a community chat to let everyone get to know you before your circle.
Hello, everybody.
Hi,
Hello.
everybody.
Did that sound like I was talking in slow motion, or what? Did it sound okay on your side?
It sounded okay on my side, but it was a little glitchy. It wasn't perfect. But yeah.
What an exciting Unity Circle today, hey?
Yeah. We're all
That
excited
is
to
going to
be
be
here.
interesting.
Language. Nicola, our honored guest, Nicola Russell. I got a cool story to share here for Nicola here. And I don't know if she remembers this, but I think sometime about 2 years ago, maybe, I had a session with her. And I was asking her about light language at that time. And she said, we were doing some work. She said, you're going to have a dream and it's going to be shown to you. And no kidding, it might have been the same night or 2 nights later or something like that. Saint Germain shows up in my dream and starts working with me in light language and while I was awake. So it was flipping through between being asleep and awake, and he was holding up my vibration, showing me how to do it, how to channel it. And it was the coolest thing. Right after that session with you. I don't know if I ever told you that.
No, I don't. No, I've not heard that. Was that when you was in the car? You was in the car once.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, there was one session. I think you was in the car. But I remember. I can't remember the details of everything. But thank you for sharing that and sort of bringing that forward to my attention. That was really, really interesting, isn't it? Sort of how everything sort of clicks in and sort of
Well, a lot of people have said, you're going to get a lot of information in your dreams, and sometimes you do, but you nailed that one. It's going to come to you in a dream, and literally, like, it was a complete, like, showing. It was really cool way to experience it. So thank you for that.
We're so excited to be here today because we have all these wonderful people who are going to express light language in the special way that they do it. And Nicola is going to be the first one to tell us a little bit how she does it and then do a little example for us. So it's all yours, Nicola.
Oh, thank you.
Do you want to talk a little bit about light language and why we're actually doing the show today?
Yeah, we're doing it to show that there's many ways to do light language, that it's all comes from the heart, And it may be from people who read cards, anything channeling. It's all dancing, it's spoken, it's written. I mean, we just want to show a sample because this is just a small sample of the many ways that you can express light language, and that it's all like a piece of the puzzle to bring all that beautiful essence into this world for everyone, for healing and love, just to show how we can pass it on to others.
Yeah, because people don't realize that they're actually doing light language a lot of the times, because it doesn't always come in the form of what they see others doing, and so they think that they are not doing light language. And I even remember myself, I never thought I would ever be a person that would actually do light language through my voice, because I tried doing it. Like, I tried doing it in the steam room, in the sauna, and I thought, do you know what? This isn't going to be for me. I just don't think that's going to happen, kind of thing. And I was trying to force through light language to come out to be like what somebody else was doing, when really I was actually doing light language through my art and didn't even realize it. You know, so there is so many different forms and so many different ways. You can do it through you can do it through art, you can do it through music, you can do it through like the way you're moving your body, the way you move your hands. Like, it can be expressed in so many different ways. And so we thought, you know, we're all on social media and we all like share our transmissions and everything out to other places and groups and things like that. We noticed that there are lots of light language groups on Facebook and different places that you can share your transmissions on, but they seem to be a little bit restricted because they only want it to come in a certain form. Like, you're only allowed to do it in a certain way. And I remember, like, Bonnie, you were getting a little bit kind of distressed because, like, it was you were doing your light language inside your meditations. And so when you be sharing your meditations out to some of the groups, they wouldn't accept them because they would say, oh, this isn't light language. We don't do meditations. We just do light. We don't do that. And I know for myself that I have light coded artwork, and my light coded artwork is different from like some of what other people would do, like with different codes and stuff on the way that they do it. And so I remember getting my stuff rejected because they said that this group is only for light coded stuff. It wasn't for just normal artwork or whatever. And they would boot my stuff out of their group because of that. And so we just wanted to educate people and maybe open people's minds up to the fact that light language comes in so many different ways, and it might not, and each person is different, and it might not be exactly the same. And so we're in this community and it's so diverse, and we wanted to bring on a show that would show you all the different kinds. So the different people that we have on today, they all have different ways that they express their light language. So it's going to be exciting to kind of watch that.
All right.
Sure.
So
Nicola.
we're gonna turn it over to Nicola. She's gonna be our first presenter. So the floor is all yours.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for inviting me on to sort of express from my perspective. I think that's the sort of the main thing, is that we all hold our own perspective on everything. And it's the, unity, as in being, soul connectivity, comes from singularity. So everybody from a singularity, from their own human perspective, will have their truth behind something, their frequency, their light expression. And when we can do that regardless, without judgment or any expectation, it allows us to embrace it and then bring it into our field. Whether it resonates or not, whether it's for us or not, is regardless. It's about putting it out there, the creativity of who you are, to enable others that do resonate with it, to allow them to sort of tap into that availability. So that's important. It's important to sort of have a look at the content that's going to come forward today, the codes that we personally sort of give, if it doesn't resonate, it means that those codes aren't for you. But if it is, then it will be a soul journey. It'll be something that will be really sort of allowing you to sort of connect with those different souls that are there. And a lot of the time, what we find ourselves doing is that we start coming together with our star families, our star sort of conscious, unified field of consciousness. So with that in mind, what I thought would be really nice is to sort of formulate some sort of grid work to know that then there'll be a sense of connectivity for everybody that's listening out there, so that we have that sense of a unified field of mind, so out of from higher mind into more of a galactic universal mind that we can start to connect to, as well as from a physical hearing, seeing, sensing perspective from the human form. So if we can do that, that would be really good. Is that all right?
Yeah, sounds amazing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So the way that I work personally, which is my sort of expression, is through dialect, but my base is all fire codes. So it's all of the codes that come through. So as I push the energy out through my palms and my fingertips, it comes through as fire codes. And then when I work on the energetic field, I sort of work what I see as being these sort of templates. So whether it's in somebody's energetic field, or whether it's in the quantum field, working through all time and space, I sort of have these sort of like little screens that I visit. And then one of my people that I sort of talk to quite a lot, she said, you're like a computer hacker, Nicola. It's like I delete, well, not necessarily delete, but I dissolve, I disconnect and connect up to different sources of coded codes within the energetic field. So my sort of my work tends to be more sort of in the higher realms of consciousness and connecting you up to higher levels of consciousness. I do sort of work in those sort of clearing dense energy, emotional states from the field. But my speciality, where I love going, is up here and more galactic work. So my codes are very much like that sort of thing. Some people will be more grounded and more sort of in the connecting to ancestral and all of that. So there's all of those different perspectives that come in when you listen to these codes. So it's just for everybody. So let me just tap in. So it's not only to see that whoever comes on the screen, there is more to what you will see here today. It will be supported by our galactic cells, our higher cells, our overcells, however you want to actually see those in being, is that our connectivity through all time and space will also be here to support the understanding as you connect into each of our energetic fields. Okay, so they just wanted to come in and say that, Bonnie. Okay. So now I'm going to just set up a grid work system so that we've got this sort of sense of connectivity. So if you are listening today and want to be involved, you have free will to enable you to start to connect in with this. So I'm just going to set up almost like a dome of light around us to sort of support that sort of sense of light around us, so that everything is in order. That if there's anything that needs to be released within the energetic field of yourself or our viewers today, then let it go through the physical body, let it move through you to enable you to let any emotions that are of a lower frequency to come out of the field. If those codes are for you today, and also to move us into the sovereignty of our light as we expand into high levels of consciousness. So not only is it beautiful to see different people's expressions, you may be ignited, activated, within these codes that come through. So always know it's going to be for your greater good. And it is imperative for all of us to link into a love vibration. It's so easy to get trapped in the old paradigm of all that's going on in the earth at the moment. It's so important for us to anchor that love vibration. So our intentions today are what comes through. We'll be sending those codes in to help you anchor into that new world template to enable you to move through your consciousness level upgrades, to enable you to sort of anchor in that light. Because if we focus into things that are of a density of old paradigm systems, we're going to perpetuate that cycle and that pattern to stay there. So my guys are really very, very sort of very, very keen for this these moments to anchor you into the focus of creating the new. So new understanding, new expressions, new frequencies of love to come in and anchor there more towards the fifth dimensional frequencies of light, rather than the same old patterns that we might find ourselves in, that we, you know, that's going on in the collective at the moment. Unless we focus here, then and anchor it in here, this is still going to play out. So we need to move everything over into this new world template. Yeah. So that's what they wanted to say. So I hope that helps everybody to sort of have that focus in their minds.
Okay. Is that all you were gonna? Are you finished?
Do more. I can do more if I've got more time. I'm not looking at the time, but how do you feel?
You could do a little bit of light language for people real quick before, because I'm next, and it's okay. I don't have to have the whole 10 minutes.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, do you know me? I
Yeah.
can speak England.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, let me see what we can get through then for you. I think it's sort of really important that if you're new to light language, is to allow the physical body to allow that to move in the way that it needs to move. Allow anything to come through. So my eyes are really sort of drawing down codes at the moment, which are in a form of a communication, a channeling that's coming through. I'm from a Nicola perspective looking outwardly, so I'm just sort of observing from my perspective as a human. But what happens is that when the light codes start to come in, we can connect to higher levels of consciousness. As we do that, what we're doing is we're upgrading the human to the higher levels of consciousness that we already are. As we connect to the dialects and the light expression, we're blending with those higher levels of consciousness, but we need to embody it and bring it down into physicality. Okay, so here's some codes for you to help you with that process, to anchor in the light that is from a higher perspective of understanding of who you are in your totality of self. We're not just a physical form. We're not just in this incarnation, in this physical body. We're more than that. So this is what happens when light language comes forward. It allows you to really connect with your multidimensionality, to other aspects of yourself through all time and space. Okay, Dara baru subakiam pakoko with subakia pokamakoka. Ella kiafa with shukyu makapakia na paki konkoka with your makia. Sisubaya kombaura sikiamokoko with subaikia. Susubakiam pakopa pusukia. Shubane makrasikia makotukukorashiki tanta krisiagiana. Ella makrasubaura tanta kia to the bukurushukia. So it's bringing yourself up into the frequency, the expression of however it comes forward to that of higher mind, and moving out into more of a galactic mind, into universal mind. It's coming back into oneness. That is the oneness of self, not in separation. As we join together in this unified field, it will enable you to connect to all that you are, which is you and me. Everybody with everybody. So that unified field is important to understand as we upgrade ourselves and with our understanding, as we connect to that and let go of the distortion of illusion that distorts our view of our reality. We can then allow ourselves to grow a little bit more. Okay. The other thing that we also want to actually say is that sometimes the light codes can come forward and they look a little bit weird, or they might be like, flipping it, that's a little bit strange, that one. And I catch myself to it as my ego comes in and it's like, whoa, that's a weird one. If you observe it from a high perspective and blend with those codes, you'll get a better reception of it, because your ego will step aside and allow the integration of the codes to come forward. So as well as the giving of codes from the souls that are moving their expression out into for everybody to hold on to, from your perspective, viewing this particular live stream, do your part. It's not about just giving the information. If you don't receive it and allow it, it's not going to permeate through your energetic field as much as actually that your whole oversoul would prefer it to go. So the amplification of receiving is with the allowance and trusting of the process. As I said, we set up a grid work system, so we know that all the codes are going to come through with purity of heart, that the intentions are to anchor in love vibration. And so therefore, we know that when we're going to receive, it's coming from the best and highest of good of all. Okay, so just know that. So when you receive it, allow it to move in and through you to clear any distortions and anchor it in your love vibrations. That is your makia babushuma ubukrasikina makiat and dogorabashalikiata. And they're saying, with that, you will see a growth and of understanding within you as you upgrade your system.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah. Yeah. You still got about 5 minutes, Nicola.
Oh, really? Oh, is it?
Yeah, you have till 1:30.
Oh, do I really?
Yeah,
oh, God. Is there any questions on any private chats that are coming through?
No, everyone's just saying hi. Hi.
Okay,
Hello,
cool.
everyone. We have Jen Passavant, Jody Sweeney, Patty Soon.
Hi, guys.
Maureen Moore. Oh, Maureen has something here. What does she got? All forms of light language welcome to be shared in group light language life. So appreciate all educating how we may connect and express. Oh, that's beautiful, Maureen.
Yeah, Maureen, that's wonderful. Yes, beautiful soul. So the expression and the acceptance and the allowance of it. So let's move that forward then. It is a conceptualized view of a mindset from human programming that stops us with the distortion of vibration of the emotional state that they sit in the energetic field. So when we are holding a lower vibration from a perspective of mind, which is the egoic mind, you have with the mind in human, you have this sort of vibration of emotional experiences. You know, we go through life, we have our ups and downs, and we hold that sort of vibration of lower frequencies in our field. So if you can allow yourself to let go and observe from a high mind perspective, which is stepping down into the heart space, this space here allows you to accept it a little bit more without judgment or any expectation. It's the acceptance from higher mind rather than from mind. Does that make sense?
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So you make your to the best on me account. After see about Kukamawa Shabi Kiama Kuko with you by Kiama Koko with Yamakia Babu Shanikiat and Ograshakianamakia. It is the learning from past experiences that we see things to be in a reality of the distortion of the matrix system, of a programmed mindset of how things are in our reality when truly they are not. It's only a slight little snippet of consciousness that we're tapping into. We understand that we are a soul within our own individuality, but we don't see ourselves into that sense of higher mind of light and love and movement into higher levels of consciousness. So as we sort of allow codes to come in, or we our own coding system, which is really important to actually express our own light and to integrate within that in our system, when you can allow your higher self to come forward through meditations, you will naturally get, regardless if you've activated a dialect of light language expression, you'll naturally get codes come through visions. So that's a beautiful way of igniting things within you that you'll find yourself actually experiencing as you start going through this ascension process. So just know that what happens is that when we go into meditation, we can be self-sufficient. We can be expansive in our own right and sovereignty. We can be empowered to do this ourselves. And that's the whole thing. You know, we can present and guide people and facilitate, but actually at the same time, what we also need to be realize is that we actually have it all. We have it all. But whether we accept that because maybe we're judging ourselves, that we think, oh, we can't do it ourselves, you absolutely can. So it's really, really important to connect with you. Okay, check in with you, because the codes will come forward in visions, symbols, things like that, even from the sun, with frequencies of codes that come through, which are again are light codes. And that allows you to really start to tap into high levels of consciousness as you move forward on with your ascension journey. So it starts really very sort of simplistically, but it's the allowance for you to start opening up to more than physicality. And I think that's really important, that everybody that's going to be expressing today had to go through a process of starting to move from mind to higher mind. And with that, then that sense of self comes through and expressed in whatever way that light code can come through. It's exciting. And naturally everybody holds light, so we call it light language, but is it language actually, or is it light expression? Or, you know, it's just an understanding of a words. But the more that we understand, the more empowered we are to realize it, especially when you start experiencing it from your own perspective. So be empowered with the codes that are going to come through today. Don't be reliant upon them. Don't feel that anyone's better than you, because they're not. Everybody's on their own journey, but we all will experience if we allow ourselves to be open to it.
Absolutely. That was beautiful, Nicola. You know, and we express it, and because just when spirit touches your heart, and when you're just channeling, like from a healer perspective, when I first started with Reiki, your guides and your angels and they create a language with you from whatever it is that, you know, they might use movies, they might use whatever you have in your mind. It's like a Rolodex, and you learn how to use all your senses, and you learn how to talk to them without actually speaking. And then it moves, when you move into the light language, it's the same thing. They're using whatever it is that is the easiest avenue that is, it will come through, you know, in the easiest way. And I think that's really amazing and beautiful, because some people can sing like you wouldn't believe. They can tone like you wouldn't believe, like sounds like angels. Through the singing bowls, and through you know, all kinds of tools that they use. I mean, it's all light language, all of it. It's all consciousness. It's all, it's in the water. It's in all the elements. You know, it's in the air. You know, I mean, just going outside and taking a breath, you're doing light language. You're speaking with spirit. You're speaking with Mother Earth just by breathing. And that's the most beautiful thing about it. And so it's so exciting to be here to just express how we can do this with our heart, and how there's so many different ways to do it. And it doesn't really have to have a label except for love. That's all it is. We're expressing love.
Yeah,
expressing love with our heart. And so for me, you know, the way that I do light language is, you know, it comes from the scenes is the ones that I are easily can translate. And then I can speak with every other, like archangels or masters of light too, but sometimes it's either translated through the scenes or it just comes through like in remembrance. I just suddenly remember how to do it and I don't know where it comes from. That's the crazy part, because sometimes I'll express some light language and I'll go, wow, where did that come from? You know, wonder if I can do that again. You know, I think we all do that. We all do that. And it's really exciting, you know, opening up these new gifts and doing things to see what's behind the next corner, because you really don't know until you get there. And then you look back at your path and you feel so blessed, you know, looking at all the little stair steps that you've come across to be doing what you're doing in this very moment. And if you take your person from a year ago and you look at all the stuff you're doing now, you would be like, who are you? I can't believe you're doing this stuff. Because, you know, Robin Nicole brought me on her show, I think what's about a year and a half ago. And I never was in public. I never did anything like this before. And we've been doing this for, you know, a year and a half now. And it's, you know, I still get nervous, but it's easy. It's, you know, it's not as hard as it used to be. And when I first started doing the light language, I was like, oh, I would never do that in public. You know, I was just nervous as a bug. And that was like just 7 months ago. And now I have no problem whatsoever doing the light language in public. And it's just been such a blessing. And it has been so much fun to learn something new every day. And what I wanted to bring forth was I asked my guides and angels to, I'm probably not going to take up the whole 10 minutes that I had, because, you know, I'm sure that there might be a few people that might want to go a little bit over. So, but I just want to give a gift from my guides and my angels, from my heart of unity, to just spread the love, spread the light. And remember, when things get really hard, to just continue to hold the light. Just continue. That's all we're here for, is to hold the light. Everything else is secondary. We're here to hold the light. So just remember that. And I'm going to bring in some light language for that. Prokuria shataya pokuturia te mukuria taya shatatobia tai alkateana. Kurushuturia tete amatuturia te amukuturia ta mukuria kata ashata amukuria ta amukoyana. Tere piete na mukuturi yate na mukuturi shata mukutu toya dari anna kajato kuturi yata amyata amukutuyana. Shinayata kashata mukuro koshidi amaka araka udukutu kuri ataka mukutu puri arana chata biatayana. Take a deep breath and just breathe it all the way down. Let the energy expand. Pro shudubia katabo shudosumiata mukuriata amukudoyana shotobayata katromiata amurkutuyata shoto amukurkata yanayana. The word is connection that's coming through. Kuri kachate kaya katashoti abekataya totomiata amayana. Send out all these beautiful vibes of connection to nature, to all the mother's children. Karakoro piyata shataro kuti amekatayana. Shate emeana kata umukuru yipa ena kata ushututu miayata. Shututu bita eshata amukututu miata amukututu miata anaa. Take a deep breath. Connecting all of our hearts. And so it is.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Piano, cocora, sì. Beautiful. Oh,
Beautiful.
I just picture that, like just walking amongst the trees, and
that's what I saw. That's exactly what I saw.
That's you, man.
Nature. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful. Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So they just wanted us to know that we're part of the all, and that's what this blessing is about today. And so the next one up for the blessings is David Starr. So I'm going to bring him back in. Does Robin want to come back in? Wave at me if you do. Okay, I'm going to bring Robin back in too.
Okay.
Awesome language, guys.
Yeah.
That's great.
Hello, hello.
All right.
It was really nice. We're a little bit early, so Bonnie, you didn't go as long as I thought you would.
No,
So I
well,
was
I
just
figured.
texting you, David, saying you can go longer if you want.
No, that's a yeah, David, you can. Whatever, what, I'll keep an eye. I'll let you know. So just go ahead, David, and share your gifts.
Yeah, and I can go back away. We'll let David shine now. I'm just gonna go back underneath.
Okay. All right.
So my personal thing that I like doing is connecting my pillar of light, because I'll just explain how I was shown by Saint Germain, and it's not does not mean this is the only way, and it does not mean this is the right way. It was a way that I was shown, and a way I'm going to express it. So I was shown to be in the light. We are the light, right? But when you breathe in golden light through all your chakras, and you exhale and ground it into Gaia, and then you breathe up the energies from Gaia, going through all your chakras and connecting your pillar of light, it amplifies the light of yourself, connects your pillar of light, and you're more into the light. And how I was shown is when you're into light, is like pulling up your vibrations, and to channel with your vibrations up higher is what I was shown. So throughout the whole dream state of Saint Germain, he's pushing up my frequency up, and he's telling me to trust in the energies that you're channeling, to trust in it, to connect with it, and to trust it and let it flow. Don't think about it. Don't get your mind into it. Is it just to channel it? Just trust. Let the voice do it. You know exactly what you do. And he was holding up my vibration, and then he was getting me to see. So he'd say, just speak. And so I'd be connecting to, let's say, right now, love, and I'd just be like, for the high heart. And then when I would be awake, because he would wake me up, and I would see his energy by my bed, and I'd see it, and then he would still be pushing up my vibration. He goes, okay, you did it in your dream, now do it while you're awake. And he would keep my vibration up, and then I'd just start channeling and the language. So over time of doing this, I've learned to trust and to connect with higher levels of consciousness, and to channel in light language from different galactic star beings, from the universal consciousness. Essentially, it all comes from universal consciousness, because everything is one. But there is, within universal consciousness, star families. There's Arcturians, the Pleiadians, the Andromedans, and there's so many different beings. You can channel Mantis, you can channel Vega, you can channel consciousness, you can channel master consciousness, you can channel the ascended master consciousness. So what is it that you want to channel? Me personally, I like to let spirit be guides, so I'm just going to wait to see what it is that they want to channel. So it's a lot to do with the Christ consciousness and the unity rays, for releasing traumas. So this is going to be an Akashic clearing of some kind here through light language. Is that okay? So then, all right. So let's connect at higher self level. Everybody's higher self. Okay. So this is going to be light language from the Divine Mother to Divine Father for clearing. So if you have any core wounds right now that you want to just basically give to the Divine Mother, Divine Father that's weighing on your consciousness, they're going to do that. And for the ones that you're not aware of, I'm going to rain down light language, and it's going to go through your Akashic, through your time and space, through all your parallels, realities, and everything. And it's just going to basically sort of like forgive, release, let go. And then as it's doing that, it's going to embody Christ consciousness rays. So again, so my vibrations coming up here, connecting my heart to the Divine Mother, to the Divine Father. We're connected within hearts. And then just the trust with the flow here. So for dissolving karmic cords. Feeling up with the Divine Father, the Divine Mother energies for clearing through cash. There's a starlight coming in right now. Because it's also a light body activation. Connecting deeper with the Divine Father, Divine Mother. Moya corre sugar corriani on the sugar 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 just breathe it in, just let it go, let it go. Expanding in that light, expanding in that light, the Father of the Mother, just releasing. There was a lot going on there. What I was seeing, there's a lot of blessings, a lot of gifts, but essentially it was clearing out what doesn't serve you, embodying in a higher light, shifting your vibrations, raising up in vibrations, and clearing out a lot of the ancestral traumas through light language. So you can see it has many applications. Okay, so that is my transmission here. But just going to take a deep breath in. I'm just going to focus on grounding. It's always good to ground. So just imagine the light is going out the soles of your feet and into Gaia, and just really grounding with Gaia. And I'm just going to set the intention as it's maybe very expanding for people. We're just going to set the intention now, the Divine Father, Divine Mother, that everything is going to integrate with ease and grace. You're not going to have too much energy, and all higher selves are going to come in to give you exactly what you need to release with and to embody with, without overstraining your body or your physical vessel, to allow it to be done through a way that is going to be manageable and not overbearing. So that's, I like to throw in a few of those intentions as well. So yeah, that was my transmission. I don't, how much time do I have? I'm not even sure if I'm
you still have a few minutes, so I'm going to let Nicola ask some questions if she'd like. David, what would you like to ask him?
Yeah.
Do you have any questions for David?
Na shumaki bukarasiki na marsiku bakara bukarasiki da bukarashu gora baragena makura shadagiatan ila marsiku de bokani bukarasiki na makiato de bora bukarasiki yata. Okay, let's translate that. Sorry. Da shumaragana makiato rushuku de bora markito rashi. Okay, second. So I'm going for just sort of surrendering totally to get those codes coming through for you. It's really strange, David, because I don't feel that I've got a question to ask you, to be honest with you. I just felt that I needed to give you something. Now, okay. They're saying surrender to your mind. That's your gift. That was beautiful. Loved the dialect. Yeah. Absolutely loved the dialect. Beautiful. Very it comes through to me from my perspective, very sort of like quick, very sort of like, it's almost like this, which is very beautiful. Not
checking
many
the boxes.
Yeah, not like not many actually have that dialect within their availability. Okay, anything else, please? No, they said that was it. They just really wanted to say surrender to your mind. That's all. It's no judgment or criticism. They're just giving some a gift of information. Just surrender.
I think, David,
it's beautiful. I love the dialect that you brought through there. Thank you for that.
Remember the last show that we did, and my guide said, just let go. I think they're giving you the same advice.
Yeah,
just let go.
Yeah, just like, because it's just like it's like
it's really beautiful.
It's so beautiful, but it's like here and there's her like it's like, because when you let go of that concept, you're just going to go more expansive, because the mind just like goes cheek. Beautiful, David, absolutely lovely. And oh my, I mean, you've grown so much, so much. It's beautiful to see.
Well, honored to share, and it's
beautiful.
I love everybody's interpretation of light language, and like Bonnie was saying, it was just amazing because you can see it, how the sun reflects in the water. Sometimes you actually see the DNA going in the water of the light, and like, well, the sun's giving DNA codes through to you, and if you pay attention, the world becomes a very magical place.
It really does. So I'm going to bring Robin back just for a second before we play her video, because I want her to just say hi for a second here.
Hi, everybody. I kind of cheated today, and I decided to do a pre-recorded video because I have a habit of talking and not really realizing what time it is. So I wanted to make sure that I got everything in my little time slot. So I decided I pre-recorded, and that way everybody gets to hear everything I was wanting to say.
All right.
So that's what's here.
Here we go.
Hello, everybody. I'm Robin.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Where did I go?
For some reason, it popped back off. I don't know why.
Visual artist.
Here we go.
And a channeler, a way shower of freedom, and the host and founder of the Shine Your Light Network, where I host inspiring.
I wanted to start it over.
Hello, everybody. I'm Robin Nicole. I am a multidimensional intuitive visual artist and a channeler, a way shower of freedom, and the host and founder of the Shine Your Light Network, where I host inspiring conversations and help to raise the vibration of the collective through regular video blogs. Since childhood, I have been creating art through the form of sculpting with the medium of clay and ceramics. My whole life, I have been striving to make the world a better place to live in for all. And in 2015, I began a journey as a way shower of freedom and began to channel in light-coded pieces of art and sculpture. I didn't know it at the time, but this artwork was and is a form of light language. The keys and codes come while I'm sculpting the clay and then while I'm adding the color in layers. It is very different from that of what others do, but I assure you it is light language through art, and many people tell me that my art changes them in some way when they view it. I also work closely with crystals and crystal technology and do a form of seering through what I call crystal gazing, which was shown to me during a shamanic journey meditation, where I was taken to the time of in Lemuria, when I worked and used the crystals to help raise the vibration of all. I never thought I would ever do light language from my voice, but earlier this year, while in the swimming pool, I began to speak light language from what I know to be my water dragon aspect. My light language comes through while channeling mostly inner earth Lemurian star mothers and the elementals, including beings and aspects from the different elemental and galactic realms. I have a close relationship with the elemental kingdom and my Lemurian high priestess aspect named Alana. I will include a few short clips of the different types of light language that comes through in a minute, along with 2 short clips of my light-coded art, ending with the Lemurian song, which came through while I was visualizing myself in a Lemurian circle, dancing with others around a maypole. I hope you enjoy the visual light codes and the light language activations I share with you now. Spend some time with your dragon guide. Connect to your dragon whenever you feel the need for extra protection and when you want to travel to the most sacred realms of the all. Your dragon guide will help you move through initiations and bring purification so you can finally let go of ego and access divine will. Take in the keys and codes from your dragon guide and master your dragon power. You can find this handcrafted, limited edition ceramic tile created by Robin Nicole by visiting her website www.calmartstudio.com or check out her products and services in the Divine Ray app. It's time to usher in a new era, a new way, bring in the divine feminine in a way that brings together unity and love for all. It's time to gather and hold together the crystalline grid, become whole and create unity consciousness. It's time to make the world a better place for all to live in, for everyone to no longer make anyone wrong, for there is truly no right or wrong. Take action by being instead of doing. It's time to usher in the new golden age of miracles. You can find this handcrafted ceramic tile called New Earth at www.calmartstudio.com or in Divine Ray under Robin Nicole Products and Services. Don't be afraid, dear ones, to express yourselves, even if it sounds strange like that. This is the dolphins speaking.
Ayana kayanaya yanatua. Ayana hiako ayana kana taya uyanati. O kayana oyonoya anaya ka uyanakaya. Drop it down into your heart when you're trying to make decisions, when you're trying to figure out what it is that you want to do. Anakayana, anakayana. And they're saying to look at what it is that you need. Take a deep breath, pull it down into your heart, and assess what it is that you're looking to place your arrow on. And then they're giving us this arrow. It's a sacred arrow with a heart around it. And they're asking us to take this arrow, to take a deep breath, and throw this arrow out towards the direction.
No la lu slow la putata. Ulanta, Umutu, Ujana, Akanuna, Lunata. Teach, flow, teach. Latuna, tuna. Ooh, keep it simple. This is for every day with everybody that we're with everybody that you interact with. When you feel like you're being triggered, una tu la tu, shanana shanana lu slu, tan 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 ta, chu chu hu chu, tan tan tan, tuli tu.
Drop it down into your heart. Think before you speak.
Ayati, ayatana, ayati, ayato, ayali. Ayatana, ana, ayalo, ayalo, tai, anatia, lanalo, ayaki, ayakaya, ayaki, ayo. There is one in the circle, putting their hands out about. There is two in the circle, holding hands, holding hands. There is three in the circle. When they hold their hands, they all sing together. They are one, they are free. Ayati, ayakaya, ayahayanu, ayaki. Ayataya, ayaki, ayanu, ayaki, ayataya, ayanalu.
You can find more of this and what I do.
Okay, so now that was so beautiful, Robin. Robin, I'm going to ask you to put all your information down in the comments so they can find you, and everybody else who's on the show to do the same, because it's now 2:01 and we're going to bring Adam Black on. Adam, he's we'll let him introduce himself. I'm messing up his name. Let's bring him in. Sorry, Adam. Black Swamp Medium is what I was trying to say. And this is Nicola Russell. She's a amazing lady, and I'm so excited to introduce you to her.
The mic needs to go on.
Ooh.
Oh,
yeah.
There you
Normally
go.
it's not. I'm usually don't have to unmute myself, but I guess I do. So hello, love and light to you all. Thank you so much for allowing me to be here today and share a little bit. I know I'm one of at least two people that are going to do some music for you that's going to include some light language in the middle of it. So for now, I'll just kind of get a little bit into it and just kind of explain who I am so everybody gets an idea of what I do. But yeah, I'm, as you can see, Adam Black Swamp, medium, psychic medium, remote viewer, healer, shamanic practitioner, paranormal investigator, musician, and live show host. I also go by, when I actually do full music, I usually go by a different name, which is Adam Hawkins. So it's a lot easier than trying to figure out my real last name. So we're not going to go there today. But so it's easier to have a little bit of catch names, which is why I have a few of them for what I do. But I don't have a website per se, but if you guys just look me up on Facebook and things, Adam the Black Swamp Medium, and then Adam Hawkins for the music. And I try to blend both together a little bit, so that way it's kind of an ongoing merging thing. But is in regards to the music and side of things, just to give such a real quick story, because I know we're short, but I wanted to let everybody know that the music, I've been a musician, quite a little bit of my life. I mean, I started off doing saxophone, altos, and tenor, and then I got into guitar and a little bit of vocal work and things, and then it wasn't until years later in my mid-20s that I got into I was into outdoor. I was trying to get back to my roots of being out in nature and things, because I was being called to it. I didn't know why at the time, but I was. And what I ended up doing was I came across a class that I was taking, and it was outdoor survival skills, learning to do, how do you survive in the woods if you don't have anything on you, in case you're not prepared. And so what I ended up doing was one of the instructors played the Native American flute, which is what I'm going to show you today. And I've heard it in a recording, but I've never heard it in nature. And we were in the middle of nowhere. There was no cell phone coverage. The cell phones didn't work. There was absolutely a disconnect from the world as we know it. And it was one of those moments that my wife was with me at the time. This was a weekend class that we were doing. And when I heard this, it just struck so many chords within me. And it was just, you're like, I have to do this. And I remember walking back to our tent that evening, and I looked at my wife. I said, this was October, and I said, I need a Native American flute for Christmas this year. So sure enough, I got my flute, and that was where it all took off. So that basically I got in 2005, but I really say 2006 is when I got started. But spent several years learning how to play it, and it's an instrument that anybody can play. You do not have to have a musical background, but we can talk about that on another show and another time. But I really got into it, and it really kept calling to me more and more. And eventually, once, because I was also learning at the same time with the music, ironically, everything was falling into place. But I also was learning, taking shamanic classes. And that whole point I made earlier about being connected to the land, being connected to the earth, just, started blending together. And playing the Native American flute, it's wood, essentially. It's a tree. It came from a tree. And so what better way to be connected is to be able to play these instruments and share, the elements through it, because a lot of the elements do take part in creating one of these instruments. And just all this kept intertwining and locking on. And eventually, I got to the point where I did make a CD, and I think I saw my friend Jen posted it, but it was First Flight, Let the Journey Begin, which was perfectly titled for that, because it really was. It was my first go at it. And it has been a journey, and it's a journey that I don't ever want to stop or quit. But in regards to the music, when I play, I usually don't try to play the same things. I really do, much like what everybody has done so far today and what will be doing later after me. You're really connecting with the moment. And my whole thing is to listen to what Earth Mother's telling me. And, what is she going to provide? Because I usually let her and my guides come through when I play. I'm just blowing some hot air. That's all I'm really doing. So I'm letting them move my fingers and everything for me, because I do get in sort of a trance when I play. But but as I got into it, I really just started connecting more. And then within the last couple of years, I realized I was bringing things in from, outside, outside the planet. And I didn't really catch it at first. And I think Robin mentioned it in the beginning of the show, is, you don't know you're doing it. And it really now has become full circle, where now it's not just the earth providing me with some of that energy. I'm now getting it from up above. And it's just been such a beautiful, beautiful journey. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to play at least a couple of them. So, if people want to close their eyes while they're listening to this, that'd be awesome. I'm going to play 2 flutes, given the time. And so if you hear a quick little break, it's just me switching a flute. But after you hear the second flute, you can open your eyes again if you so wish to listen to it with your eyes closed, because you never know, you might feel a little bit. And again, I'm going to try to put some of that light language within the music, within the energy, so that way you guys can truly feel it. So I hope you enjoy it.
beautiful, Adam. Namaste. He
Yeah.
just
Thank you.
takes you to other
much.
places.
Yeah.
So amazing. Wow.
Yeah. You're my
Wow.
own. Shango Asian Ago. That really touched my heart. Thank you.
Me
That was
too.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you to everybody.
stunning.
Love and light. Love and light.
Love and light. We'll have to bring you back by yourself another time, but we have to move on to the next. Love you so much, Adam.
Thank you. Love you guys.
Love
Bye-bye.
you.
Bye.
I'm bringing on Patricia Taylor. I think he altered me.
Patricia Taylor.
Hi, Patricia Taylor. How are
Hello.
you?
Hi.
Nice
Hi.
to meet you.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm so overwhelmed by Adam, and I
Oh,
love
me too.
flute.
Oh, yeah.
I play flute myself, and I was thinking, should I bring it here or not? And I chose another instrument. So it was quite a present just to receive the
Yeah.
flute
So
session
beautiful.
from
So
Adam.
tell us about yourself, Patricia, and how you
Yeah,
do light language.
yeah. My name is Patricia. I'm from the Netherlands, and I'm an energy worker for about 20 years. And the light language came to me in my consciousness, I think about a year ago. And I feel energies around people, around emotions, in spaces, and I also sense different timelines around us. And I have always noticed it. And with the light language, I can make contact with it and clear them up. So I work with it daily in my job, in areas, in atmospheres where I come and there is something going on. I just speak some codes, and then the air clears. So for now, I'd love to start with some light language. And for today, I will focus on the circle of security around us and compassion and strengthening the field and the unity field of anchoring love. Oyanana sakatina yomanana satanana yokoto namoya sena yokoto nayo. Popono yani yanana sotono mayakata na yokoto namoya sena yokoto nayo. Chaka. Fucha. A coco tionata pacatiania catu. A foco pomayana zitia catunia popo. Yakoto chitinia catatunia papa praya tatinia cata. I will bring back love to Tupopochata to the earth, tata, and take it down from the ground to Tupopochania catanana. Fill it up. Anamaya sutunuya kunananaya maya totono no 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 sona yokotonayo Pokono maenaya katanana setanana yokotanana maya yokotonayo Itoto Ananaya katania moya natasanaya mayoko tonaya nananaya ya Akupunia katania sapatania katania to usutunia manatsi tania katana paya puto yo potonia katata natatiku puto dia tatata aruko ponia kana ya satato ya pata nini ya katata ya
Bashu.
Papa tania katata tania ka katatina, kuku kuya katanya, patatya yaka. Cha. For now, this is the safety area around us. So we can let go of all the energy that's not necessary here anymore, but on a safe way. And with this energy alone, it opens a field. A field to give back to Mother Earth what's not necessary anymore. For firm grounding in the here and the now. Okay. What I do, I feel a change in the atmosphere. So I feel it with my hands, I feel it with my face, I feel it with my heart. And I noticed that the air is not clear. And on the moment there is no clearness, I feel there is a block. There's something in the road that's standing there. And one of my goals here on the earth is to put some seeds in it. So it's, how do I explain it? So you can go back to your source, to your higher self, and the next step is opening for you again. So that's the way I work.
That's beautiful. I really felt that in the heart. That was really beautiful. And we thank you for coming on today. And hopefully we're just introducing all these beautiful people to everyone. So hopefully you'll come back and do a whole show with us in the future. So we're just opening the door here, and we just want people to see how beautiful all these people that do light language is. And so what a blessing. And thank you for coming here today.
Yeah, thank you.
Yay. And
Bye
so
bye.
bye-bye.
It's beautiful.
Make sure everybody put all of their information in the comments so people know where to find you, okay?
Okay.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Love your energy. Absolutely love your energy.
Bye bye.
Okay, let me find you here. Where are you, lady?
Stop him, yeah. Okay.
Oh, here you are. Okay.
Wow.
Love. That was beautiful. We're going to bring on Inger Arns, and we have her introduce herself to us.
Hi. Hi, girls.
Hi, Inga.
Yeah.
Hi.
I've been listening to all these beautiful expressions. So I just want to talk a little bit about star language and the codes and how I've experienced it. I started out 30 years ago with star language. And when star language came through, I mean, it was all about love. It was about awakening, remembering who you are, finding your place in the universe, remembering your journey, all of these things, because the star language, it opens up and it brings the codes of remembrance. And for me, awakening is all about remembering who you are so that you again can take your rightful place in your universe and in the co-creation we all have in this creation, in everything. So I used it a lot, and we used to come together, and we were sitting and we talked to each other in star language, and we shared our stories of a journey through the universe and everything, and we was kind of feeling into each other's stories, and that helped us awaken, and it helped us understand and learn to listen into the different frequencies, so we could feel each other's stories.
Yeah.
So we learn to
Yeah.
translate that way. So for me, what we call light language today is actually a mix of star language and light codes. So when the codes come in, I asked my assistant, how on earth do I explain codes contra star language? And she said that she gave me some memories, and she said, remember way back in time when both on these planets and other planets, when we were going to make big changes, we always formed a council. And that council's purpose was to share their emotions, their feelings, and their thought patterns around what was going to be changed, what was going to be created. So it was like an infinite field of potential that was created. And in that moment, that field reached a coherence, a balance. The elder stood up and spoke, and he spoke the language of light. And the frequency followed, and the energy shaped around what was being expressed, so that everything was new and everything was rearranged. Light codes, from what I have seen through these 30 years, does not work. They doesn't activate unless you manage to create this space of coherence. There has to be an inner agreement on a big level in order for it to take place. And I've seen this a lot because I've traveled a lot around the world to many old places in order to deliver and change their purpose. Many of these sacred sites have had a purpose of today. This is changing as we're entering new times. I've been connected to what do you call them, beings from parallel evolutionary paths, beings who coexist with us, who wanted to share their story through their DNA. And I exchanged with them so that it could be easier for us to sharing these codes, to live and coexist together. I talk to the trees, I talk to the birds, I talk to the bees, I talk to the water, I talk to everything in order to support us with light codes, with star language, for them too to remember their journey, for them too to remember how to wake up. And it's all about love. It's all about remembering that we are here to learn to play well together again. And there's also, I've been doing a lot of light language or star language in many, many ways. I've been sitting deep into tunnels into the earth and seeing walls of light language coming down from inner earth. I've been painting pictures up there and I asked my guides, what the heck am I doing? This was 15 years ago. They took me out of the body during the night and showed me that when you make a geometry or form the art of light language, you draw in and you make an anchor point for the high dimension into this reality. So they showed me that when I have done that, they could kind of push light through. And the light came out in different codes and it touched every particle on this side of the whale. So spreading and spreading and spreading.
That is so beautiful.
Yeah, so we are all, as I've seen, we are all actually bringing in all these different kind of expressions of light language and star language in order to learn to live again in a reality of symbols, of truer expressions. And then everything needs to be brought forward, to be remembered.
It feels like we're learning how to.
So what I was going to do actually.
It feels like we're learning how to live in the reality of consciousness again,
Yeah,
to be in that
absolutely. Yeah. And when we learn to accept that everything is language, everything is speaking to each other, everything is connected, that's the true star language. That's the true light language that we bring forward. So that's also the reason why I'm burning for accepting all expressions, all journeys as equal.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. So I just want to bring, I was more interested in kind of talking, but I also wanted to bring in a little bit of star language in order for us and support everybody actually to remember who we are. And then you will feel when I change from star language to light language. Because when the star language have open up and build the coherence, it's like a dam breaking within me, and then the codes come true. And probably the dragons will come in to support this into the grid after, we'll see.
Okay.
Let's see if I can. Kiene me sono rokotone meniakata, ayakatenere miniana koi korotonushu. Yana katamare neana kotoi shereniana aikaretenterena. Shana metio koyo korotono menian, aikaretene meniana kustorono menia. Akana tashatono to amia takata, ashmarana kutorono itorututesh, kien arat arenit ach at. Mahautuni meratua, Mahautuni meratua, Mahautuni meratua. Shakitu, 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 shu. Am shurutun kerturunomena akutist, itkurutun am atatarana. Shenkiat ur emeni, ashkurutoyen, anshuruti, kiana mana ukoyoson. Eniaka minato Eremelikioshota, Akaya meneno, Okoyo kotan, Anmerenia, Anmeretan, Kosho, 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 Matia, 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 my peace be with you, my peace be with you, my peace be with
you. Beautiful. Thank you so much. It was so beautiful.
That's your mom. Beautiful. As always, Inga. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Forward. Thank you so much for joining us.
We'll see you. You'll have to come back and spend more time with us. Love you very much.
Very wise.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye-bye. Now we're bringing on Laura J. She's a beautiful lady. Laura, this is Nicola Russell. I don't think you've met.
I haven't.
Yeah. You're both amazing ladies. I can go on and on, but you only got 10 minutes, so I don't want to take any of your time. so go ahead, Laura. Let us know a little bit about you, and then, show us what you want to do.
And do our thing. All right. Well, I'm Laura J, and you can find me at lauraj.com. I believe light language is the original language, and it is our language, how we connected, I feel like, before we were even separated. And it's coming back right now because we are just opening up so quickly, ascending quickly, and it's bringing us back to oneness. I actually remember as a very small child, even around 1, speaking, writing, and hand signing light language. And I shut it down for several decades when I was going through a difficult time and raising kids, life gets busy. And since then, of course, it's came back about a decade ago in full force. And I was like, what do I do with this? But I feel like light language has been such an integral part of my own healing. And since then, I used it to help clients. It speaks to your soul. It's the language of your soul. It clears your head. It clears your body, your energy field. It's not something that we need to figure out from our head perspective. Drop into our heart, just really open up. And, when it came back the second time, I don't think it ever really went away. It's just, I hit it. I was really struggling with it, what it was happening. I was, suburban mom, wife, hiding in my house, in my little bubble. In my head, my head couldn't understand what was happening. I couldn't explain it. And I was so concerned, as you know, a lot of us are probably when it first starts, or if you haven't, I grew up in the church, what would people think? What am I saying? And my biggest fear, you're going to laugh, was would I start blurting this out when I was in line at the grocery store? Like that was I had 2 teenage boys, and I was like, okay, what am I going to do here? So anyway, I didn't have any answers, but all I knew is that this was such an incredible gift. This woo-woo part of me, I just, I shoved down. I wanted to hide it. It wasn't accepted in my suburban corporate life. And so as the years went by, I knew that I just couldn't keep this quiet any longer. My soul was screaming, we're screaming to be heard. So I began to see, as I opened up, that there really was a place. There was a place for light language and my, well, maybe not my suburban life. I got out of that, but just being a corporate spiritual woman and how to incorporate everything. So I didn't have to separate. Okay, I didn't have to put my spiritual life over here and the light language and hide that, and then be this, mom and wife and corporate person over here. So I began to merge it all together, and that's what I've done. In my books and my meditations and all of my business for the last 10 years. So I really am focused the last decade in dedicating my life to, studying, understanding, communicating with these unseen powers that surround and influence us. So as I said, it doesn't speak to our hearts. I feel like when I'm working on clients, it reorganizes energy. We've talked about that. It moves stuck energy and emotions. It activates people. It activates you to your unlimited potential because it clears all the stuff, all that, the misalignments we have in our energy field, in our bodies. It upgrades your DNA, your chakras, imprints these beautiful healing and regenerating codes. And I'm going to be bringing in some of those today with my light language. It'll repair the holes and tears in your auric fields, just recalibrate your body. So I really feel like light language is so ancient and it's so sacred, and it's not something to take lightly. It's not something to make fun of, and it's not something to hide. And I'm so honored and thrilled to be able to be a part of this incredible group and show what a profound impact light language can have on our mood, on our level of clarity, on our ability to make better decisions, on our everyday life, on everything. So I will definitely bring in some codes. I use it in 2 different ways. One, I either ask specifically for codes, going straight to the creator of the universe. I ask for codes for a specific issue for the client or myself, or I ask them to go for our highest template, our highest purpose, our highest timeline. Today, I tapped in and asked what they wanted me to transmit, and it was that second to really bring in the highest, clear whatever it is we need to clear, our energy field, stuck energy patterns, reset us to our highest template. But also they were very specific that we wanted to unplug some energy cords that weren't serving us anymore. And these energy cords were really interesting. They were cords they were our cords connected to past lives that we no longer needed, that were actually holding us back. So, all right. So enjoy. Della male palayondo pelis collection of ando de blebo palamo palio selion paclepion re pleo siyama. La autemio de la palama mama de piucle balama o ara ote walabaroko oma zabiondo la palamo sepico lama di otoda la boca yo combasa yimbo papa pacala paramama o oga zabiondo la walama ti ucola badanda zabombala boromo caio colamayo zo calabiondo la bayondo yasa ogo calabaramo te yo soyomo la biondo ala ulama zabiondo la paluco lama zabiongo calabiondo Kiyombo Bleoso Yotemio Cola Pleondo la Papa Calupamama Ziongo la Blamama Yongo la Ba. Let the light codes enter your field. Zabodama Liba receive the love. Zaboba Papa la Barmo say you Papa Calibo Papa. Zabodemo Cola Preoso Yoma Bala Boba Zacolioso Yama. Zibiongo ble papa papa ka zoboriondu la baloko la plemo balioso yomapa o ara de yokoma. Zibiongo la blemama, Zabiongo la ble papa papa, Zabiongo la paraso yoso balio shapio shama. Iombo, Zibiondo ble papa papa, Zabioto la baliondo yese yoso mario kokama. Ziborama yoso ble papa, Zibiongo la blemama, Zoborungo la baliongo la beoso yoso malioso yoso. Libiongo la Pariondo o ala Biongo Balioso Yuso Melipa Papa la Pariondo Iumbo Zebiondo Diongo Balaso la Pariondo Yaparo Brelmo Zebiongo la Balamo Sayuso Marco la Ba Kiongo Galoparamo Ziongo Galaparama Ziongo Lama Kayombo Zaboramoto Bleso Yapa Papa la Balenduri Yapa la Paramo Sayuso Yama Zeboramioto la Baleondori Sayuso Malioso Libiongo la Paramo Sayuso Yama to Yuso Yaka Yumbo Papa Papa Zablem Papa la Coragiondo Bravo Brioso Yapa Palo Maliondo Yasa Ondo Zebelo Lama Zebiongo la Brama Sayuso Lapioso Yusu Lapiongo Zebionga la Biondo Rapioco Kiombo papa le biondo de yasa, onda da briondo re yese yoso, meliuso yoso, libero mio con la bioso pio con la bandi utobito. Kiombo, sebeloma, kalaloma, zebeloma, kiso pleo shakarasha, omo barasa kiso karbondo. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Bonnie. Thank you for having me.
Such a blessing.
Thank you.
You and I will need to talk after.
Yeah.
Yeah, soul connection. Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely. It was great to be here with you.
Yeah. Don't forget to put all of your information in the comments for everyone to find you. Okay. And we need to have you back for a longer time. Love you. I miss you.
Love you too. Nice to meet you.
All right.
See you soon.
All right. Bye-bye. Now we're bringing Robert Van Kooten on next.
Hi. Hi, Nicola.
Oh, wait. There you are.
Sorry?
Hi.
Hi. Thank you for being here. And so my light language started about a year ago, 1.5 years ago. And I've been doing Reiki, NLP, much things, but light language has brought me the most. I'm different, I think, than others because I bring divine source and holy keys, and I'm also a key maker. So that results in that my intention is transformed in light codes. So I can direct as a laser beam anything I'm aiming at. It's going into the cerebral cortex and in the DNA, and it's going into the blueprint or your own created blueprint when needed. I do it for the collective and for individuals, and I work as a healer with that, together with Patricia Taylor as well. She's my partner. We do single healings and we do dual healings, so that there's no way out for the person on the bench. Let's put it like that. And for today, I prepared a little text because if I got an intention, it transforms in light language. So I prepared a little thing. What I always ask for the people I work with is to put their hand on the heart. So what I will ask for everybody who's listening to this is put your hand on your heart. I always ask them also to close their eyes. That's not because they can't see me. You can peek, or of course, if you want to, but it's to get more in contact with your inner world. So if you would like to do that, please do that. And of course, if you listen, these codes will last forever. If you listen to this repeatedly, they will go into more depth. So okay, let's do it. Close your eyes, hand on the heart. So we'll start with, in all time, space, dimensions, in infinities. I will direct my keys and codes so that every aspect of you is remembering the best connection to higher self. That every program or pattern or implant leading away from the best connection is rebooted in this remembering. That all fields, the physical and energetical and universal, will be cleared from programs and patterns that block the remembering being of the purest light connected to the source. All focused on the remembering of becoming the purest divine light. All that blocks or stop becoming this bright light will be rebooted and reset to that you remember to this pure light, all connected to the heart. All distortions removed will fill up within the newly gained space with pure love direct from the source. And to anchor this all, you will be put in a 360-degree shower of pure love and light and golden light from the source. Feel this and bathe in this for a little while. So this is how I do it.
Very powerful. Very powerful.
With the laser beam.
Yeah.
It's very much like that. It really is. It's beautiful, Robert. Amazing.
Yeah, and for people who don't understand the frequencies, it's all getting really into your deeper layers, and it's really compact information, so it helps to repeatedly listen to it, and we can heal anything with it. It's like laser beamed operation, if it's physical or anything. So if people have questions, they can ask me in the comments, and you can find me on YouTube. I got my own little channel, and of course Facebook. YouTube is and Facebook is on coaching, but also my normal name, Robert van Koten. Any questions?
Honestly, I can't recommend enough Robert to work with. He's amazing. So him and Patricia together are sort of like a double act you cannot escape from. So they're amazing. So I thoroughly recommend anyone
thank
to
you
check
very
those
much.
out. So beautiful. Thank you, Robert. Amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being here.
I have a question. I was wondering how, what did you think when the buzzing noise started first coming through? Because that happened to me with the bees. The bees were talking. And how did you feel when that first happened? And did you?
Oh, yeah, it's a good question. I speak, I think, any dialect in the universe, but the insectoids are the hardest to do, because then your ego is starting like, I'm not going to do this. It was in fact on a show with Nicola, and then I was really looking like, oh my God, what's happening? But I think that's the whole trick of opening up to your light language, is that you stop your whole thinking part. You just do it. You let it come. You trust that everything what comes is good, is working for the highest good, the highest light. You can put out the intention to say that it's for the highest light, and then just trust and let everything which is bothering you be just. I'm just disappearing. Can you still hear me, or can you?
Yeah,
you can still hear me. Okay, I was just the way. That the sooner you let go of all these earthly thoughts, the quicker you will go into the flow of really going into your light language, and then it's improving. And please, even if you speak light language, still keep working with others. I love to work with Nicola and Patricia, and that elevates the others and myself as well. So it's like playing time, and you were never. It was, in my opinion, it was never meant to be a solo act. So you always ask for help anywhere when it's possible. That's how I see it.
I think so too. I think you're almost like bringing in your puzzle piece to raise the energy.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, it's beautiful. You may like create a symphony together.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's co-creating.
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming today. That was really beautiful.
Yeah.
Powerful.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank everybody for watching.
And we hope you come back so you can spend more time with us.
Oh, please, just drop a line and we can finally work that out. No problem.
Awesome.
Thank you.
And really snoozing very well tonight. All these times.
I think this is
it's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
enjoy
right.
it. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see if I can find you so I can take you back out. There you are. Bye, Robert.
Hi. Oh, amazing.
All right. So the next person that's coming on is Tyel, and we'll let him explain how he does light language.
Hey.
Hi, there you are.
Hi. So I'm on. You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right.
Nice to finally meet you. I see you on Divine Ray and all over the place, but I've never met you in person, so it was really nice to see you face to face.
Yeah, it's an
so
honor.
welcome. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Hi, Nicola.
Hi.
Hi,
Yeah,
everybody.
I've been meaning to reach. Well, we sort of reach out by message, but never actually sort of connect. So here we are.
Yeah.
So welcome. Yeah, it's be lovely to see what you're going to bring forward. Amazing.
I guess I'll just introduce myself briefly. So I go by Tyel. I mean, you can call me Ty, but the idea of Tyel is essentially my collective of me's, my different aspects. And so I utilize these different aspects when I do my channeling work and I do my light language work. I pull in the specialists that really want to come forward during that time. So that's just the idea of what Tyel is. But yeah, so I guess some people would articulate me as maybe like a quantum architect. So I work a lot with coding and the structures, universal structures and stuff. I'm utilizing light language and a number of different types of light language as well. So, but in general, the main way that I utilize light language and my higher self utilizes it is essentially by like creating access to different packages of information. So my higher self will work directly with the higher self of the recipient in order to give them access to what their person needs at the time that they need it. So that's generally how we work. But again, we work in a lot of different ways, a lot of different dialects, like a lot of other people have explained. And again, we can use it for any intention. It's a very powerful tool. I've used it on myself to heal myself. It started to come out a couple of years ago. Like other people, I kept it to myself quite a bit. And it was a hard thing for my ego mind to kind of accept. But eventually I started to allow it to come out. And I've only recently just been expressing it publicly, probably just starting this summer. So it's a really cool opportunity for me to get to share it and get other people's perspectives and learn from other channelers, because it's a really, really powerful tool. And it's becoming, I'm realizing it's becoming a very big part of all the work that I do and the healing work that I do. But yeah, so I guess I can just jump right into some channeling work. Different aspects will come through. I normally go through a process, a protocol, and I guess I'll share that a little bit here. Like David, I will establish my pillar of light. So I'll establish my pillar of light just to source light, to divine light, and I open that up through the grand central sun, and I'll pull that down through our sun and down through my chakra system, down into the center of the earth, down through the crystal core of Gaia. I'll go around the core and I'll come back up through my chakra system and just going right back up. And this just brings down divine light through my system and helps establish a nice divine connection. I'll always open my heart, and I'll ask my higher self to step in and any guides of the highest light to step up. And then I'll also invite the recipient's higher self to step in to assist with whatever intentions are for the highest good at this time. No harm will be done and no energy will be taken that is not freely given. So a lot of the times when I do my channeling work, I like to do it to music. A lot of people will notice that I do a lot of channeling to music. I like to pull inspiration from the music, the vibrations and the energies through the music to channel those through. I won't be doing that today, but I just wanted to mention that because I think it's a fun way to channel. Shamahakorno mahakarni mesiat titit mususi pratu stakina karti petuina ma alla pra ishta kalima kutu pratu istana kuya barata kita sedih kalau bukan macam saya bukan kutu pet pesan ini cerita pada nama wala laptop kita malah waktu saya kutu kutu sedih kita pokok walu kutu besa Fraha karna shakarni misatu istama quarto alla maharata ya karti ui lo la kira kola kaya mi wala kaya wala kaya lo le wala kaya lo war mahaya to inga to kun chata brentu stak na marata ala war ula na andist I tu ala la puan karte ya watu ya tipista ya ti kartu udu ai tu ya nasi Shaya to ala harma ya na hiki kuarta masu ai warana ya ki kuartu ya watuma siasa ya tu ya si mi hasu lulu ruale mi wartula tisna tasi Kukurn mahatara pro atu istasia tu stani mi koi tarata uira na yara na tu ine psi tu stana na uiru tu siama ho ikorto ue mahatara pu ya tustina ki korto masti apro ashato karani kutu kukara ku apro ta printa sakdiru wartu adio ratu Accardo, mi sia tu drivo mai su accato per mia carti isti stato e prena kistu ya da ma ura patista nan kode per ripetere sopra per che ma si guarda per mal bar per mal guarda per che si apre per mal guarda per sa vari sto ma io tu ya stai na hai coi casto tavo na puasa uso na mawarta misa cartu ne sa tu Tana tata inana titu atadana mushutu asa tatapakui. There we go.
Yeah, mushu.
Kanatis, yeah. Oh, is my microphone on?
Yeah, your mic's on. Nicholas is. Let me get Nicholas.
Oh, keeps mute.
There we go. Beautiful.
Yeah, it's awesome getting everybody's work ahead of time. I've been watching and getting all the energies, and I'm like, holy cow, they're coming in hot. Like feeding off those, I'm like, wow, okay. And I'm like, oh, it's my turn coming up. Oh boy, here we go. It comes through, and it came through with that energy too.
It was like it was really sort of interesting for people to see that how you working is that you're very much like there's overlays. You work very much overlaying in aspects at the same time. So you're moving through and you're connecting with this and this and this and this and this and yeah. So I really resonate with that sort of dialect system.
Yeah.
So that's
a lot of it's merging together and overlaying. That's why we kind of identify as like a multi-dimensional channel, is because it's there's a lot going on at the same time. And again, like a lot of people have articulated, you're going to get a different experience every time that you watch it, or it can go deeper and deeper. And yeah, it's just a very powerful multi-dimensional way of just getting functionality across, whether it's communication or healing or anything. So.
Yeah, beautiful. Loved it.
Absolutely. I had to open a window. You're making a heat fly. That was amazing. Oh my gosh, that was amazing. Wow.
Yeah, let's definitely connect. That's amazing. Love that. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you. It was an honor. And don't be shy. If you want to reach out, and if you just want to BS or you want to talk about light language and healing, I love it. And I do my best to get back. But this is my passion. So if you have questions, I know I really appreciated having people to talk about these type of things directly when I first started getting into it. So if you're just now getting into these ideas, definitely reach out, and don't be shy, because there can be what little things that may have not been a big deal to me, like puzzle pieces that maybe weren't my puzzle piece, may be your puzzle piece that I found. So that may help you. So don't be shy. Either way, find me at tile.com or just on Facebook or wherever. But yeah,
you'll have to come back, Ty, when you can talk to us more, because we want to get to know you better. Don't forget to leave all of your information in the comments so people can find you. And you namaste. You have a good rest of your day.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Okay, so we're going to bring on Marion now. Hobbs.
Yeah, powerhouse.
Oop.
Okay. Can you hear
Hi,
me?
Marion. Nice to meet
Hi.
you. I listened
Nice
to
to
all
meet you
your
as well.
stuff. As first, I've seen you in Nicholas things before, but we've never really talked. So it's really, really a blessing to have you here today.
Yes, I'm so grateful to be here. I just moved, so pardon the background. I don't really have anything set up right now, but I literally just landed in Washington. So and then to do this, so this is a great way for me to kind of like make my, power myself up here, is to come on here and share this all with you. So I'm really excited. Thank you.
How awesome.
Yeah.
So do you want to share a little bit about yourself and, let us know how you came about light language and all of that?
So it was a few years ago. I actually am an experiencer. I had with Orion's belt, I had an experience with a UFO and or a star or whatever you want to call it. And I had 2 hours of missing time. And after that, everything kind of snowballed, and I got activated and started having interactions with other aspects of myself from other systems. And so, like Ty, I also work with several different aspects, from different Sirian aspect, an Orion aspect. There's a couple, I'm starting to actually embody a Venus aspect of myself as well. So that's been coming through. So all the languages that I bring through are all, they're all me, basically. But I started speaking the language, dancing the language, moving the language, all that stuff. And then I started drawing it. So I'm a coder. I can rewrite stuff. I can, I don't know, I just have this ability to tap into certain subjects, certain things, like for instance, like I did a Phoenix activation art piece, and so I'm able to bring that through in light language writing and activate the Phoenix within people. And so when they look at it, they can actually like experience the activation in a nonverbal way. And so that came about like probably 2 years ago as far as the writing and the art goes. But here I am, just trying to help the world and help others, and all that stuff with the language of light.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah. I saw to interject and into your time, but I saw the post that you put on your page when you did the drawing with all the codes, and it was on a time lapse. Nice.
Yeah, so that's I love sharing the process of how I do my artwork, because I feel like I want to inspire other people. That's part of the reason why I do what I do, is because I feel like since we all have this within us, I really want others to be able to, like, my purpose with a lot of this is so that other people can recognize that they can do code for themselves. It's always lovely to have help from other coders and from other, people who do this type of work. But really, like, I feel like, hopefully 10 years from now, all of us will be able to really cultivate this within ourselves, so we can write the code for ourselves, so we can, heal ourselves, we can, do all this stuff for ourselves, but then also share it at the same time. So I share the process because I eventually want to teach people how to do this for themselves, how to, take that artistic talent within everybody, and turn it into magic, basically.
Exactly.
So I do a lot of I do work with a lot of clients. I don't specifically make like codes. I don't make individual codes for people. Most of my codes are for the collective. I do occasionally will take on like doing, a code for someone. But usually it's all what I share freely. People can buy prints of what I have. It's been a while since I've done a lot of video or any video activations, but I used to do a lot of those as well. But now I'm just working with people mainly either in groups or one-on-one So I haven't really put a whole lot of my work out there on Facebook or Instagram as far as the spoken light language, but I was for a while there all the time doing it. But I've been in such a huge amount of transition this last year. So I've gone within this last year for myself. So, but I sorry, I'm a tad nervous about all this. just to get that out of the way.
I need to be. You're amazing.
Thank you. But I really, so I do want to do a spoken activation, and my legs are falling asleep. Sorry. So I have no chair to sit on, unfortunately. But I, like Ty, also do a lot of activations to music and hand movement stuff, and a lot. I would probably have music going on too, but I don't. But I feel I just did a transmission, and I actually posted it while I was in Shasta, and I feel like I kind of want to share that love energy with the that came through, and I really want to bring that energy, because I anchored a crystal there for everyone to kind of, if they watch the video, they'll be able to anchor to that energy and either send energy there or actually be able to travel there. So I kind of feel like I want to bring that love energy through, if that's okay with everyone. Mm-hmm. Okay. Urmalit akurmat arvasturi. Reni turmastur warma. La energi kurmat arwa. Sander vodrum Maria Kermalto. Santiesturmek era. Sarinaru, urmalitir vostum, sander, turma, surma di irmo kurmat alum, shurvanesti hikar, sandravinia, sandurmeti urmak arbor, sandistar I kurmat arnir, sandrum, urmek ir, ura. Sin shu urmak arbu urnisht ir saniranur armundu urmak alu ranna surmat arwa shit ist urnik iranet ur sandrvirn sargirmurma karbo urma ale urmet istrum sandi kurmat ir renistir Ranit arwa, rumwa, sandishir urmat ir waya, varhuma, tashturum urmat ir, ya quali, tari urmat ua ere, tu stiri makurm, ya quala tia somia mar, noia valor mesu, pomia parva tumia ko, solo torna sorma shei, kurmet irvan urva, larre, tir, tusturma cara, sandre virmen, urmet sturm. Marhuayana.
Dajuma, yado the Ziwik.
Was beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
That's my share.
We thank you for being here. That was so beautiful.
Thank you for having me here.
We hope you'll come back. We hope you'll come back when we can talk to you a little more.
Absolutely.
Don't forget to put all your information in the comments so they can find you. How beautiful. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right. Bye. And now next we have Anna and Ernestine. They're going to do something together. Don't forget to put all your information in the comments so they can find you. How beautiful. Kind of has a delay.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. Bye. And now next we have
microphone off.
And Ernestine.
Yeah.
They're going to unmute yourself, Anna? Don't forget to put all your information in the comments so they can find you. Oh, beautiful. Kind of has a delay.
Lovely meeting you both. I've not met you before. Thank you for joining us. It's amazing to see you.
Now, next we have
I think you have the microphone off.
It's kind of repeating. Are you guys hearing that?
A little bit.
You're going to unmute yourself. Don't forget to put all your information in the comments. So I don't know where it's coming from. Kind of has a delay.
Lovely meeting you both. I've not met you before.
I'm gonna try to mute everyone except for the two that are on, and then let them go ahead and do what they're gonna do. It's kind of repeating. Are you guys hearing that?
A little bit.
You're gonna unmute yourself. Don't forget to put all your information in the comments. So I don't know where it's coming from.
It stopped.
It kind of has a delay. I'm gonna.
Whatever you did.
I'm gonna try to mute everyone except for the two that are on, and then let them go ahead and do what they're gonna do. It's kind of repeating.
Anyway,
are you guys hearing that?
This is going to be really weird trying to talk with what's happening. So one thing that stopped for me is anything that is expressed from your heart and soul is light language. No matter if you body moves or if you draw, sketch, do this blah blah blah, right? But it's an expression that we feel deep in our heart and in our soul. One thing that for me is so. Thing that for me in 96 is light language. No matter as I open up to my own thoughts or if feelings and emotions, and I would channel that energy through my guitar without using words. But it's an expression that we feel deep in our heart. What has happened? One thing that to me, being involved with this community, so that for me in 96 is light language. No matter as I help me to understand more about who I am and emotions, and the more I understand about who I am, energy, everything just gets much deeper, just more soulful. And this year, very simply put, to me, I was guided with this community. So to that for me get what's called a lupus and there's total magic helping you understand more about who I am and the more I understand who I am, energy, everything just gets much deeper, just more soulful. And this year, very simply put,
and can you hear me okay?
So just for me, get what's called a lupus, and
we've got like an echo going on. Have you got a Facebook on?
Everything just more soulful. And this year,
and can you hear me okay?
So just.
You're muted, Bonnie. Bonnie, you're muted.
There's a lot of distortion, and so I had to just take everyone out, and I'm asking everybody in backstage that is done to please remove themselves, and then hopefully that'll stop the distortion.
Somebody might have had it's like a comment on that. I think Adam was saying that it might be that somebody might have another system on, so a Facebook on or something like that gives an echo through.
Yeah, it sounded like somebody had their phone on in the background or something, and they need to turn it off. So because this is beautiful, these girls, you guys together, their music is awesome, and I want you to be able to hear it in the true form. So the distortion has stopped. So I'm going to bring the two girls back on.
Ronnie, please let them speak again all over because we couldn't hear anything.
All right. Yeah, we're going to have them speak all over because they didn't hear a word. Okay, so we're bringing the girls back in, and then we're going to go out this time. Okay. These girls put together, they're awesome, and I want you guys go ahead and the distortion has stopped. Right. So I'm going to bring the two girls back on.
Ronnie, please let them speak again all over because we couldn't hear anything.
All right. Yeah, we're going to have them speak all over because they didn't hear a word. Okay, so we're bringing the girls back in, and then we're going to go out this time. Okay. These girls put together, they're awesome, and I want you guys go ahead and the distortion has stopped. Right. So I'm going to bring the two girls back on.
Ronnie, please let them speak again all over because we couldn't hear anything.
All right. Yeah, we're going to have them speak all over because they didn't hear a word. Okay, so we're bringing the girls back in, and then we're going to go out this time. Okay. These girls put together, they're awesome, and I want you guys go ahead and the distortion has stopped. Right. So I'm going to bring the two girls back on.
Ronnie, please let them speak again all over because we couldn't hear
Okay.
All right. Yeah, we're going to have them speak all over because they didn't hear a word. Okay, so we're bringing the girls back in, and then we're going to go out this time. Okay. These girls put together, they're awesome, and I want you guys go ahead and the distortion has stopped. Right. So I'm going to bring the two girls back on.
Okay. I'm going to take it.
Yes,
Okay.
go ahead.
We're going to have them speak all over because they didn't hear a word. Okay, so we're bringing the girls back in, and then we're going to go out this time.